My colleague Asieh Namdar spoke to the editor-in-chief of What's on Weibo. That's a website providing social, cultural, and historical insight on China. She says holiday stress is a growing problem.
Well, it's a huge topic of debate on Chinese social media. In Chinese, it's called 孔轨症. And for the couple of, last years, 5-6 years maybe, this has been a huge topic where people are really dreading to go home in this time that is actually supposed to be a time of joy. But they are dreading the travels, they are pressured by their finances, but mostly they are dreading the questions that their family and friends will ask them when they return home. Are you married yet? Do you have children? How much money are you making? And these are all questions that people feel really pressured by.
And does it make a difference whether you're a man or a woman? I mean, is a man going to get the same questions as a woman?
Eventually, yes. The difference is that for women, they are already considered so-called leftover women by the time they are 25 or 26 and they're still single. So for women, it comes a little bit earlier on in life. But what I see on social media is that both men and women are dreading these questions.
But regardless of fearing or dreading these questions and, you know, all the personal questions that go with these family reunions, does it really stop people from going home and seeing their loved ones?
Well, an interesting new trend is developing that actually people are saying that they are no longer returning to their hometowns. It doesn't mean that they are not having a reunion with their family, because now they are asking their families to come to their house instead. And this relieves some of the stress because they can show their families their living situation and their own environment. So particularly this year, you see that this is a new trend, and I think it really will help to create mutual understanding so that these families can also see how their children are living, often in these urban environments that have a very high cost of living.
So, Manya, how do you balance the joy of seeing loved ones and family members with the stress?
Last year or the year before, there was a big trend of a song that came out by Shanghai band, and it was called the Spring Festival Survival Song. And what they said is try to avoid conflict, just enjoy the reunion with your family, have some drinks, and play a good game of mahjong. And I think having a game and just enjoying being together eventually is the best thing to do. Avoid the questions.
Yeah, that's great advice. And do you think the problem with all the questions from family members, basically in your business, has it gotten better or worse through the years?
I think it's gotten worse from what I can see, what my Chinese friends are talking about, but also what I pick up from social media. And this is because also the job market in cities such as Beijing or Shanghai or Shenzhen is incredibly competitive. And all these people, when I'm talking about young people, I mean people who were born in the 1980s and the 1990s, they're still looking for that career-launching job, many of them. So the more they are focusing on their career, the more they are often postponing having, settling down, getting married, having children, while their families are still holding on to these Confucian values that you are not complete until you marry. So this generational gap is getting bigger and not smaller.